Hello! Today, I'm defining my personal style. Now, a short disclaimer before I begin. By no means are you obligated to define your own personal style. Whatever makes you feel confident and your very best, that's all that matters. Nobody else needs to understand it. It doesn't have to be a specific genre or personality. It doesn't have to have the word core at the end of it. Whatever makes you feel your very best, that's your personal style, and it just has to work for you. The reason I'm making this video and the reason I used this method that I'm going to be speaking about is simply because I find I need a roadmap to better help me not waste money, time, or energy on getting dressed in the morning, making new purchases, and I've found that this method has been helpful with that. So that's strictly what this is. This is just for fun. This is just me being a little chatty. So by no means do you have to follow this method or define how you dress. I just wanted to sit down and have a little chat about personal style. That's all. So if you're interested, let's get started. Now, the method I will be speaking about in this video is Allison Bornstein's 3-word method. Now, Allison's name may sound familiar to you if you've been here. I recently just did a closet declutter using her 5-step closet editing system. If you haven't seen that, I'll link the playlist down below. But Allison came up with a 3-word method, 3 words to distill your style into, to give you, as I said earlier, a roadmap, something that you can focus on so that you don't waste time, money, and energy on things that you're just going to end up donating or returning in the future because they don't sit well with you or they don't integrate into your closet as easily as you may like. So Allison says that the 3 words should be practical, aspirational, and emotional. Practical, exactly as it sounds, our personal style should reflect our lifestyle. They should be easy for us to go throughout our day-to-day lives without being uncomfortable. Aspirational, something that we can move toward, or something that adds a little oomph maybe to our personal style. And then emotional is, how do we want our clothing to speak about us? How will our personal style, what message will it give to those around us? And so I would like to use this method to kind of direct my own personal style. I think I have a long way to go, but I think these 3 words are going to be very, very helpful. All right, so my first word is classic. And this might be a yawn for some people. This might be no surprise, but I like classic pieces. I like button-ups and trousers and blazers and denim. And when I was going through my declutter using Allison's 5-step closet editing system, I found when I was pulling my regulars that those are the pieces that I gravitate towards. Those are the kind of pieces I'm comfortable in, that I'm confident in, and that struck me that was very important. pieces that are going to stand the test of time, that I don't feel I'm going to grow out of, was probably the easiest word to come up with, classic. I think that they're the most easy to look put together and polished, and they don't take much effort. And I think that that's what I really, really like about classic pieces. So that would be my first word, is classic. Practical, classic. Now, my aspirational word would be sleek. This one took me a little while. I looked at all of my mood boards on Pinterest, the Instagram pages that I follow, and I noticed that there were a lot of classic pieces, which I already naturally gravitate to, but there is this pull towards sleeker looks. Pieces that are fitted or skimming, simple lines are very attractive to me when it comes to silhouettes and style. The sharp angles of a great pointed toe shoe or a structured bag, which if you've been watching my channel for some time, you know I like a good pointed toe shoe and a structured bag. And I think that's kind of how I've been dipping my toe into the sleek part of my personal style. When I look at inspiration photos that, excuse me, that I consider sleek, some might also define it as chic. I think there's a very thin line between the two, but I think with sleek, when I think about it, it's darker colors, it's black, dark navy, jewel tones. Those aspects have always appealed to me. Even before I started my personal style journey, it was always something that I enjoyed about fashion, if that makes any sense. So my aspirational word, I would say, is sleek. And that's something that I would like to continue experimenting with in different ways. And lastly is our emotional word. And mine is approachable. I never want anybody to think that they can't come up to me and talk to me. My name means friendship, peace between nations, for heaven's sake. How can I not be a conversationalist and a social butterfly, honestly? So approachable was the second word that came relatively easily to me, just because that's natural for me. But it butts heads with the sleek word, which is something that Allison says is having some tension between your three words gives it more of a uniqueness to you. And so having that sleek but approachable idea, there's some friction there, because how do I take this darker, somewhat severe idea, sleekness, and make it approachable? And that, I think, is going to be the really fun part about this whole personal style thing. I never want to be dressed so severely that somebody sees me from across the room and thinks, oh God, like, I don't even want to know her. I never want anybody to feel that way. Again, when we talk about this emotional word, we're talking about the message that we want to emit through our clothing. And there are days where I want to wear all black. So how do I make that approachable? And I've thought about it quite a bit. And through all of the inspiration and speaking with others or listening to others speak about their personal style, I think it's going to be my concentration on specific materials. If I do, we'll use an all black outfit just for this example. But if I want to wear all black and I want to have that sleek look, but I want to be approachable, then perhaps wearing a black silk shirt that has that drape. It's a naturally softer material. It isn't as stiff as cotton or linen or a wool. And adding that to some wide leg trousers that have a little movement to them. Maybe I concentrate on neckline and adding some curvature to what I said earlier about very simple linear silhouettes, adding softness through neckline. I mean, I like a good sharp shoulder, or as I said, a sharp structured shoe or bag. But in other places, adding softness through material or curvature sounds like that's going to be my best bet. Again, these are things that I'm going to have to experiment with and test out, trial and error, as with anything else. But in my head, that's kind of the way I'm going. I'm a fan of leather belts, leather skirts, and adding leather to an outfit can also add a severity. So just keeping in mind the hard pieces and contrasting with softer pieces, I think is how I'm going to get to that approachable, sleek combination that I'm very, very much attracted to. I also need to remember that Allison talks about not every outfit has to have all three words. Using 2 of the 3 words in your outfits is just as good. But there are times where you might want to mix and match, or you do in fact want to use all 3 words. It shouldn't be too complex. Personal style shouldn't be so structured and so rigid that you feel like it's a chore, because then it defeats the purpose of having fun with fashion. So that is where my personal style is headed. It's kind of been in this limbo of me deciding, yes, this is the direction I want to go. And I'm finally comfortable enough and a little more confident in saying, hey, this is what I want to experiment with for the foreseeable future when it comes to my personal style. And I thought I would go ahead and share it with all of you. You let me know what you think of the 3-word method. Have you tried it? Have you watched Allison's video talking about this? Again, I'm going to link that down below, as well as Alyssa Beltempo and Sinya from Use Less. They have their own takes on it. They obviously have their own personal style, and they use those as their examples. So I hope you enjoyed the video. It was a little chatty, something that's been on my mind, something that I've wanted to work out for the last year. So you guys let me know. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you like styling videos, lookbooks, the occasional thrift haul, please consider subscribing. And as always, until next time, I look forward to seeing you. Take care.